You saved 4 years, maybe decades, and the day finally came. A Rolls-Royce, a Bugatti, a Bentley. The badge on the hood isn't just metal. It's proof. Proof that you made it. A symbol of success the world can see. But here's what nobody tells you when you sign those papers. That engine they promised was engineered to perfection hides something beneath the surface. It has a flaw. Not one flaw, but several. And the engineers who built it knew. Today we go inside the most famous luxury engines on the market. We reveal what the industry rarely admits out loud. This isn't a review, it's a reckoning. Luxury car showrooms feel like museums for a reason. The lighting is carefully calculated. The silence is engineered. Everything is designed to feel perfect. Even the smell of the leather is intentional. It's there to make you feel comfortable and secure. It tells your brain that you are buying something flawless, something beyond compromise. But there is a truth the industry has protected for decades. Every internal combustion engine is a controlled explosion. Thousands of explosions happen every single minute. Metal expands and contracts constantly under intense pressure. The heat inside these engines could destroy most materials. The pressure could rupture steel if it were not perfectly controlled. What separates a simple sedan from a luxury engine is not the explosions themselves. It's how precisely they are managed. But precisely managed is not the same as flawless. Even the best engineering has limits. This is where the illusion begins to crack. And this is where our story truly starts. Rolls-Royce is one of the most recognized luxury automotive brands in history. Their cars cost more than many people's homes. Every detail is built to represent ultimate refinement. The engine is the heart of that promise. Inside many Rolls-Royce models sits a twin-turbocharged V12 engine. It carries massive displacement and enormous power. On paper, it looks like absolute perfection, but the brochure never explains the hidden cost of that perfection. A V12 engine means 12 cylinders working together. That also means 12 fuel injectors and 12 spark plugs. It means 24 valves and multiple turbochargers. It also requires an extremely complex cooling system. Every new component added for smoothness adds another possible failure point. This is the paradox of the Rolls-Royce engine. The more perfect engineers tried to make it, the more fragile the system became. Complexity always carries a price. Owners frequently report carbon buildup inside the direct injection system. Over time, those deposits reduce performance and efficiency. Mechanics have even given this problem a nickname. They call it carbon creep. The solution is a cleaning procedure called walnut blasting. It removes carbon deposits from the intake system. The service can cost around $3,000, and unfortunately, the buildup eventually returns. Imagine spending $500,000 on a car. Now imagine scheduling expensive carbon cleaning services regularly. For many owners, this happens every 30,000 miles. That is the hidden cost of extreme engineering. This is not just a Rolls-Royce issue. It is the price of complexity across the luxury automotive world. The more intricate a machine becomes, the less forgiving it is. Every layer of refinement introduces new vulnerabilities. Ask yourself something interesting. If simplicity represents genius in engineering design, complexity represents something else entirely. Sometimes it represents ambition. Other times it represents unnecessary risk. Now we arrive at Bugatti, a name that represents extreme performance in automotive mythology. Their machines push the limits of what is physically possible, and their engines reflect that philosophy perfectly. The Bugatti Chiron produces around 1,500 horsepower. It uses a quad-turbocharged W16 engine configuration. 16 cylinders work together with incredible precision. 64 valves open and close thousands of times per minute. For turbochargers, push massive amounts of air into the engine. The result is performance that borders on unbelievable. This is no ordinary engine design. It is controlled insanity built by brilliant engineers. But Bugatti's fatal flaw is not poor engineering. The flaw lies in its purpose. These engines were never designed for longevity. They were designed to break records. At full throttle, a Bugatti can burn through an entire fuel tank in roughly 9 minutes. 9 minutes of extreme performance. The tires themselves cannot survive very long at maximum speed. Even the cooling system works near its limits. The engine produces heat so intense that multiple radiators are required. Every component operates under incredible stress. Maintenance, therefore, becomes extremely expensive. Bugatti recommends full service in every 5,000 miles. That service can cost roughly $30,000. For most people, that is the price of a small car. But for Bugatti owners, it is simply maintenance. That is the cost of pushing physics to its limit. Yet the real flaw may not belong to Bugatti at all. The company knew exactly what kind of machine they created. They built something designed to dominate performance records. The misunderstanding comes from expectations. Many buyers expect comfort and daily reliability, but a Bugatti was never meant to behave like an ordinary car. It was built like a weapon of engineering, and weapons are not designed for everyday convenience. Now, we turn to the German giants. BMW and Mercedes-Benz have produced some of the most advanced engines ever built. Their engineers constantly push the boundaries of performance and efficiency. But that ambition also carries consequences. BMW's N63 engine is a twin-turbocharged V8 used in several luxury models. It delivers impressive power and smooth performance, yet it has also become widely criticized among owners. Forums are filled with complaints. Drivers report excessive oil consumption. Coolant leaks sometimes appear during normal driving. Fuel injector failures have also been reported earlier than expected. These issues led BMW to release a customer care program. That phrase sounds polite and reassuring. In reality, it often signals a known engineering issue. Companies prefer softer language when addressing problems. It allows them to acknowledge concerns without fully admitting fault. Mercedes-AMG faces similar challenges. The M157 biturbo V8 delivers incredible power. On paper, it looks like a masterpiece of engineering. In practice, it sometimes suffers from mechanical weaknesses. Some engines experience head bolt failures. Others develop injector problems over time. Timing chain wear can appear earlier than expected. None of these issues match the image of flawless luxury. But German engineers are not careless or incompetent. In fact, they are among the most talented engineers in the world. Their work constantly pushes technical boundaries. They build machines at the very edge of performance, and the edge is where things break. When you design systems to operate near their limits, failure becomes more likely. That is not always a mistake. Sometimes it is simply the cost of innovation. When we step back and look at all these engines, a pattern appears. Rolls-Royce struggles with complexity. Bugatti struggles with extreme ambition. German performance engines struggled with engineering pride. Yet they all share a deeper flaw. Every single one of them was designed by human beings. And human beings, no matter how brilliant, create imperfect machines. No engineering masterpiece escapes that reality. Price does not guarantee perfection. Prestige does not guarantee durability. Spending more money does not eliminate mechanical failure. It only changes the type of problems you encounter. One day, even the most expensive engines will fall silent. Not because they ran out of a road, but because every machine eventually reaches its limits. Time defeats even the best engineering. The most passionate car owners understand this truth. They respect the machines they drive. They learn the strengths and weaknesses of their vehicles. Their connection comes from understanding, not illusion. Perfection is often just a marketing promise. Real ownership means accepting flaws. When you understand a machine completely, its imperfections become part of the experience. That is the real joy of cars. The fatal flaw was never the engine itself. The real flaw was believing perfection existed in the first place. Machines will always carry weaknesses. The key is understanding them. Know your car, respect its limits. Appreciate the engineering without believing the myth of perfection. Because the road does not care about the badge on your hood. Only the driver determines what happens next. If this story changed how you see luxury cars, then you know what to do. Subscribe to AutoNexus for more insights. Because here we don't just review cars, we expose what others won't.